Opening scene, small town fear. The town of Riverview had always been quiet. A river that shimmered under the evening sun, neatly trimmed lawns, kids on bicycles, and neighbors who still waved at each other. Nothing dramatic ever happened here, until the morning of June 14th, when a jogger found an abandoned car at the cliff overlooking Hollow Lake. Inside the car was a purse. Inside the purse was a phone. And on the phone was a half-written message that read, "I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore." The name on the screen belonged to Evelyn Hart, a 33-year-old woman known for her bright smile, expensive outfits, and picture-perfect Instagram life. But that morning her world shattered. And the town's peaceful reality went with her. The discovery. When police arrived at Hollow Lake, the evidence painted one chilling picture. Evelyn had jumped. Her shoes were neatly placed near the edge. Her car door left open. Wind rustling, her scarf caught on a branch. Everything screamed suicide. By noon the news spread everywhere. "Did you hear? Evelyn Hart is gone. They found her car by the cliff. She left a note." Friends posted tributes. Coworkers cried. Her husband, Daniel Hart, collapsed to his knees at the lake, screaming her name. Search teams combed the water for days, but there was nothing. No body, no trace, no sign of struggle. It was as if the lake had swallowed her whole. A perfect life. Or a perfect mask. Documentary cameras cut to friends and neighbors. Evelyn was flawless. Always so put together. She looked happy. Like really happy. "I don't believe she jumped. Something feels off." Evelyn had been a social media star of sorts. Stylish, confident, with motivational quotes under perfectly curated photos. But beneath the filters and the glowing comments was a woman living a double life. Credit card debt. Failed business ventures. A collapsing marriage. And secrets she had buried for years. What no one knew at the time was this. Evelyn Hart wasn't dead. She was disappearing. On purpose. The investigation begins. With no body, police were legally required to treat the case as a missing person, not a suicide. And something about the scene didn't sit right. The message on her phone? It wasn't sent. The shoes? Positioned too perfectly. The car's GPS? Turned off manually. Detective Marissa Cole, sharp-minded and calm under pressure, took the case. And she wasn't buying the suicide theory. "She left behind everything," Marissa said. "Her purse, her phone, but Evelyn never left her phone anywhere. Not even in the bathroom." Evidence number 1. The phone battery was at 83%. Evidence number 2. No fingerprints on the car door except Daniel's and Evelyn's. Evidence number 3. A second set of footprints near the cliff, unidentified. The town whispered suicide. Detective Cole whispered one word. Staged. The husband, Daniel Hart, was devastated. Or at least that's what he showed the world. He cried on camera, begged for witnesses, even organized candlelight vigils. But when detectives visited his home, they found something chilling. In Daniel's interview, the detective asked, "When did you last see Evelyn?" Daniel swallowed hard. "This morning." She was quiet, distant. "I didn't think she'd do something like this." But Detective Cole noticed the scratches on his arm. And a suitcase half-packed under the bed. And a receipt for a life insurance policy, one Evelyn never signed. Daniel quickly became the prime suspect. The twist: security footage. 3 days after Evelyn's supposed suicide, Detective Cole received a call from the manager of a gas station 7 miles from Hollow Lake. They had reviewed the surveillance footage from the night before Evelyn vanished. At 11:52 p.m., a dark hoodie figure entered the station. The person walked with confidence. Head down. But up. But the camera caught enough. The jawline, the shape, the height. Detective Cole paused the video. "That's her," she whispered. "That's Evelyn Hart. She was alive." But the question was, where was she going? The secret life. Police dug deeper into Evelyn's past. They learned she was brilliant, but manipulative. Charming, but calculating. A woman who reinvented herself every few years. In her 20s, she changed her last name. At age 30, she moved states with no explanation. She had opened and closed businesses under different aliases. The more they uncovered, the clearer it became. Evelyn didn't just disappear. She planned it. Down to every detail. The fake trail. Detective Cole assembled the timeline. Evelyn withdraws $14,000 in cash 2 weeks before her disappearance. She rents a storage unit under a fake name. She buys burner phones. She deletes encrypted emails. She purchases a gray wig, tinted sunglasses, and prepaid credit cards. And then the final piece. A week before she died, Evelyn Googled. How long until a missing person is declared dead? Countries without extradition to the U.S. How to disappear without being found. Evelyn wasn't running from someone. She was running from everything. Debt, tax fraud investigations, a failing marriage, and a federal audit about to expose her business. The perfect solution? Die. And be reborn. The first confirmed sighting. A month after the disappearance, a woman in a gray wig and large glasses rented a motel room near the state border using the name Lydia Crane. The clerk remembered her because she talked too fast. She kept glancing out the window. And she paid in cash. When detectives showed him Evelyn's photo, he nodded immediately. That's her. Detective Cole knew one thing. Evelyn Hart was running. But she wasn't finished yet. She had a plan. Bigger plan. One more elaborate than anyone imagined. And the closer detectives got, the more dangerous it became. Chapter 2. The Mastermind's Downfall, almost equals 2,000 words. The new identity. Evelyn didn't just fake her death. She recreated her entire identity. Under the name Lydia Crane, she traveled across state lines, used burner phones, moved between cheap motels, and slowly disappeared into America's quiet highways. Her goal wasn't just to hide. Her goal was to start over. She planned to open a new business in another state, launder money, and eventually vanish abroad. To pull this off, she needed one thing. Nobody looking for her. But by now, the case had become national news. Detective Cole's breakthrough. Most fugitives make one mistake. Evelyn made hers at a motel. She used a prepaid card to buy a wig, makeup, a bus ticket, and a black duffel bag. Detective Cole traced the prepaid card's origin. It was purchased using an ATM that required a fingerprint scan. And that fingerprint? It belonged to Evelyn. The chase was on. The bus station trap. Police surrounded the interstate bus station. They waited. And waited. At 2:14 p.m., a woman in a long gray coat and black wig stepped off a bus, staring around nervously. Detective Cole whispered, "Evelyn, you're done." But as officers approached, the woman turned, and she smiled. It wasn't Evelyn. It was a decoy. Evelyn had paid a stranger $600 to wear her clothes and wig. Detective Cole felt her heart drop. This woman is smarter than we thought. The final slip-up. Evelyn made it 600 miles south before slipping. She checked into a coastal resort using her fake ID. But she didn't know the resort used facial recognition to prevent identity theft. The system flagged her immediately. Evelyn Hart. Fake death. National alert. Wanted for fraud. Police arrived within 30 minutes. But when they reached her room, she was gone. Window open, sheets tied together, footprints in the sand. She escaped again. But her luck was running out. The final capture. 3 days later, a fisherman spotted a woman sleeping in an abandoned boat shed, shivering, exhausted, and alone. She looked nothing like Evelyn Hart anymore. Her wig gone, makeup smeared, clothes torn. Police surrounded the shed quietly. When Detective Cole stepped inside, Evelyn didn't fight. She simply looked up with hollow eyes and said, "I almost made it." The truth revealed. In interrogation, she confessed everything. How she staged the suicide. How she planted evidence. How she paid a stranger to mislead police. How she planned to flee the country using forged documents. Her motive? I wanted freedom. A new life. A reset button. She didn't regret disappearing. She regretted getting caught. The sentence? Evelyn Hart was charged with fraud, identity manipulation, evidence tampering, faking her own death, and multiple financial crimes. She received 18 years in federal prison. Detective Cole said. She almost escaped successfully. Almost. But even the smartest criminals always leave a trail. Closing scene. The documentary fades to a quiet shot of Hollow Lake at sunset. The same lake where Evelyn pretended to die. The same place where her lies began. The narrator's final line. Evelyn Hart didn't die at the lake. Only her old life did. Fade to black. Roll credits. The morning after the death, Pine Ridge Police Department turned into a circus. Reporters gathered at the steps, neighbors cried on camera, and online theories erupted like wildfire. Some said she was murdered, some said it was a cartel hit, others claimed it was a kidnapping. But the truth was simpler and darker. She was alive. Very alive. Watching the news from a motel 20 miles away. Evelyn Black sat on a thin mattress, remote in hand, her face glowing in the flickering TV light. Every channel was covered with her smiling photos, birthday pictures, old work IDs, a blurry wedding photo. Even the camera loved her. She leaned forward, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear, almost admiring the chaos she had created. The headline read, "Local woman drowns in river, family devastated." Her lips curved into a quiet smile. Everything was going according to plan. The night after the death, Evelyn had checked into the motel under a different name, Melanie Ross, using a fake driver's license she made on her own printer. Her plan was precise. Fake death. Disappear. Wait for insurance payout. Start a new life overseas. But even the smartest criminals forget one thing. People talk.